this is Anita with Workflow Grow, bringing you some express desk stretch, stretching your mind, your body, and your breath. So in the work that I do, wellness work that I do, I am often asked to conduct workshops to help teams to communicate better. Really, this is one of the most popular workshops that I do because this is a really big challenge in the work environment and at home, for that matter, and in friendships and relationships. The reality is that when people act or look or think differently than we do, we feel threatened. And when we feel threatened, we often think the other person is doing it wrong or the other person doesn't like me. And in reality, we are all different people who come from all different cultures with different life experiences, skin color, shapes, personalities. The list goes on and on and on. So I've been talking about the show Ted Lasso, and this is my last life lesson from Ted Lasso, for now, that is. But I saved this for last because this is my favorite topic, because I feel like the show really embraces the differences in people in so many ways. So this is not an exhaustive list of those life and leadership lessons, but here are what I believe are the top three as I see them. So first of all, support diversity. The show features a wide range of characters with different personalities, different backgrounds, different experiences, and each character's uniqueness is really celebrated rather than suppressed and held back. So I think the lesson to us is to consider the people on our team, if it's work, in our families, in our friend circles, and think about all of their diverse qualities, how they enhance the team. And then find a way to leverage and celebrate all of that uniqueness. The second takeaway lesson for me is respect individuality. So Ted Lasso's coaching philosophy is rooted in treating everyone with respect and understanding, whether they deserve it or not. And he takes the time to get to know each player and staff member, acknowledging their strengths and also their weaknesses. And this approach just allows him to connect with people on a deeper level and help them to grow both on and off the field. So where the lesson is for us is just taking the time to get to know your coworkers, especially if you're a leader, to get to know your family, your children, your siblings, your cousins, and your friends. It will build connection with one another. And you might even find ways that you can balance out each other's strengths and weaknesses the more that you get to know each other and accept each other as individuals. And number three, and this is my biggest personal lesson, is to embrace vulnerability. So the characters in the show are encouraged to be open about their insecurities and fears and personal challenges. And this vulnerability fosters a sense of empathy among the characters, but also the viewers. And it highlights that everyone, all of us, have our own struggles and insecurities. And that support helps the characters in the show to process through and eventually overcome the things that hold them back from success and happiness. So what I have to say about that, and this I am speaking to myself more than anything else, is to give up the concern for looking good and being perfect and lead by example, to share with the team your own vulnerabilities, your own challenges, the things that you're not good at, the things that you struggle with, and notice how that positively can impact you and the team and your relationships. The bottom line is that teams can be messy, families can be messy, because people are messy. And I think the big lesson from Ted Lasso is to embrace the messiness, and you will create a winning team, a winning family, a winning relationship that flexes and flows well together. So speaking of flexing and flowing, use this week's Express Desk video to bring some flexibility and flow to your body and mind. So we are getting ready to do that right now. All right, start with your feet together, firmly grounded, firmly rooted into the floor beneath you, and just notice what you feel underneath your feet. Carpet or floor or mat or whatever you have. Spread all 10 of your toes out and reach your arms up. Let's take a couple of sun salutations. Inhale up and forward fold. Take a big swan dive down. Exhale as you come down. Halfway lift, create 90 degrees with your body. So your torso should be about parallel with your floor. And then forward fold, exhale down, and come all the way back up, extended mountain. Let's do that again. Forward folds, exhale down, halfway lift, draw your shoulder blades in towards your spine, press them into your body. Forward fold, exhale, extended mountain. Last time, forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold, extended mountain. All right, so now you should have some blood flowing in your body. Okay, our first move is going to be what's called crane recuperates. So I'm facing the side so that you can see what I'm doing. So just again, your feet are just shoulder width apart, and take your hands, lead with your wrists, your fingertips are pointed down, and bring them up to about shoulder height. And then again, leading with your wrists, palms facing down, and come to your side. Let's do that a couple more times. Just working your wrists, working your arms, your forearms. You should feel some opening in those parts of your arms as well as your shoulders. And take it down one more time. Lead up, wrist leads down. Now start to articulate your spine, get your spine involved a little bit. So as your arms go forward, pull the pit of your belly back. And then as your wrists come down and back, press your chest forward, lift your chin up. 3 more times. Forward. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. 2 more. Exhale, bring forward. And chest up, chin up. And 1 more. Should feel some good opening in your spine and shoulders and hips a little bit. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit. As you come back, transfer your weight to your heels. So lift your toes slightly up. And then as you come forward, move more towards the balls of your feet. So now you've got a little balancing action going on. Woo! And then come forward, transfer the weight to your heels. And now transfer the weight to your balls of your feet. 2 more times. Exhale back. Heels down, toes up. And inhale forward, toes down, heels up. And last one. And chest up, chin up, heels up. All right, very good. Okay, now this next move you can do with your office chair or any kind of chair. And I would put it, if you have a rolling chair like I do, put it up against something like a wall or a desk that is not going to move. And we're going to do some hip extension and hamstring extension. All right, so we're going to start, I've got my left foot up on the chair, and you can put your hands on the arm of the chair. Lift the front of your pelvis as your tailbone descends and press your hips forward. Now you can stay here. You should feel some opening in your hip flexors, your hip joints, and you can stay here, or you can lift your arms up. So pull the pit of your belly in and up. With your inhale, reach your fingers up. With your exhale, sink your hips a little bit lower. Inhale up and exhale down. Now bring your hands back to the chair and extend your front leg forward. Flex your toes towards your face for a hamstring extension. So now you should feel some opening in the back of your leg. I have my left leg up, but whatever leg is on the chair is where you should feel some opening. And I'm using the leverage of the arms of the chair. If you don't have arms, you can just use the side of the chair to pull my chest forward. So I'm keeping some uplift in my chest, which is also helping to strengthen my back, because our backs get stretched out and weak from all the hunching over that we do all day. And again, with each inhale, lengthening, exhale, sink a little bit deeper. You should feel some opening in your hamstring. Now let's flow that. Inhale, come to hip flexor opening, hip extension opening. And then exhale, hamstring opening. Inhale, hip flexor opening. And exhale, hamstring opening. And switch sides. So I'm standing on my left, bringing my right leg forward. So start with the hip extension opening. So lean your hips forward. You can stay holding onto the chair, or for a little extra opening in your chest and in your back, you can lift your arms up. Lift the front of your pelvis as your tailbone descends down. You'll feel more opening in your hip flexor. That's the front part of your hip. Now, hands on your chair, extend your front leg long. Keep softness in your knees, so don't completely straighten it out. Should still feel plenty of opening. Chest lifted, so you've got a little bit of uplift. Your chin's lifted, chest is lifted. Draw your thoracic spine in. Flex your toes towards your face. Inhale, reach the crown of your head further forward. Exhale, drop your chest a little bit lower. Even a millimeter is lower. Now flow it. So inhale, come to hip extension. Exhale, hamstring extension. Inhale, hip extension. And exhale, hamstring extension. And come on out of your chair. You can move that out of the way. One last stretch is just take a big inhale up. So bring your legs into a bit of a wider stance. And then just fold over your legs. Come into a rag doll. So grab a bind with opposite hands to opposite elbows. And just sway side to side. And come to stillness, nod your head yes. And shake your head no. And slowly roll up to standing. And that completes our stretch work. So stick around and we'll do a couple of minutes of breath work and you will be on your way. Namaste. And so while we're on the topic of being vulnerable, our breath work today is going to be lion's breath. So sometimes you might feel a little silly doing it, especially in the company of other people. I'm probably speaking for myself. I don't mean to be putting my story on you, but what our breath work is going to be today is lion's breath. And it's basically a matter of taking a big inhale in and sighing it out. Like almost like a roar. So let's do a few rounds of that together. Inhale, let it go. 3 more times. Inhale, clear it out. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one, best one. Inhale, give up what you must. Exhale. All right, that concludes our breath work and our Express Desk Stretch session for today. I'll see you next time.